Can Kyrie take Boston to the finals?
I believe he can. That doesn't mean he will, but I believe he can. I have not jumped off the Boston bandwagon, and the reason why I have not jumped off the Boston bandwagon is because of this man. That's what I've been saying all of these months. Kyrie Irving is the kind of guy that essentially says to the Boston Celtics, keep us close and then give me the rock, and I'll deliver you to the promised land. And we saw an example of that last night. He was absolutely sensational. When that three is flowing, he's simply unstoppable. We know the ball handling skills that he has. We know the one-on-one ability that he has. And when he and I spoke a few weeks ago, and I came on the First Take, and I brought it up about our conversation, Max, in Philadelphia, one of the things that really, really resonated with me was when he broke down how playing without him and Gordon Hayward last year, you had the freedom to just ball without thinking. Now with expectations and the pressure mounting, because of those expectations, you have to think, not just play. And sometimes that's the challenge. You couple that with Marcus Smart's injury. That doesn't help matters at all as well. But a few feet away from him was Jason Tatum. And he sat up there and was like, this guy right here, his brother's special. And I'm telling you right now, he can do some things. And last night, Jason Tatum showed up and dropped 26 himself. So obviously he needs help, don't get me wrong. But when we ask the question about an individual, Max, just so you know my criteria is everything is going on. And you're nipping, tucking back and forth. You're in a tight game. Your team keeps you tight. And is there an individual on the team that you say, here, take me there? Not over the course of 48 minutes, but it's tight, it's winding down, typical playoff competition for the most part. And do I have
leverage
somebody
moments.
Give the guy the ball and say, take me there? I believe that Kyrie, in an Eastern Conference without LeBron James, I believe that Kyrie Irving could be that guy.
I don't think he's going to take him to the finals. And it's no knock against Kyrie. He's a special player. But this is the Greek Freaks world right now. Provided Brogdon gets back for the second round, he's dealing with that plantar fascia, right?
Right.
Provided he gets back for the second round, Brogdon's a much better player than people realize. Stephen A., 50, 40, 90. 50 from the field, 40 from three, and it's almost 43% from three, 92 and change percent from the line, and he averaged almost 20 points for the season, and he can play defense. Oh, and by the way, he's almost 50% catch and shoot threes. He is a key part of that team. Now, you see what Bledsoe can do, right? We saw it last night. But if they don't have Brogdon, I may feel differently. If Brogdon gets back for the second round and is himself, I think the teams are comparable otherwise. Mm-hmm. And I think what it boils down to, as you said, here's the ball, take us there. Mm-hmm. Who has the best player? Really what this comes down to is who is king of the East now that LeBron is in the Western Conference. It's wide open. Who's the king of the East? There are 4 teams that we all think are going to make it to the next round. 4 teams, each with a best player who has a stake in this,
right,
who has a claim to it.
Right.
There is Embiid in Philly, Kyrie in Boston, Kawhi in Toronto, and Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. And what I'm here to tell you is, as highly as I think of Kyrie, mm-hmm, he's not the Greek freak. Mm-hmm. He can shoot like the Greek freak can't. He can finish maybe under the rim better than anyone in history. Mm-hmm. He's a clutch player. He can even play defense when he needs to, Kyrie, high leverage moments.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you the best player in basketball, I believe, is the Greek freak, and that will be the difference in these Eastern Conference playoffs.
Here's what I don't like about your synopsis there. You're saying that, but in the same breath, you bring up if Brogdon comes back. And I'm saying, nah, I don't want to hear Brogdon only for this one reason. Do you believe that Milwaukee can be close and give you a tight game without Brogdon? If the answer is yes, then it shouldn't be about Brogdon. Because now we're talking about, as to use your words, because you like using those words, high leverage moments. Well, my thing is, a high leverage moment, there are times I'm not sure that Boston could get to that point because of how lackadaisical they get on defense and how discombobulated they have appeared this season. But Milwaukee, the only team in the NBA with 60 wins, the #1 seed in the entire NBA, with the Greek freak leading the way, with the coach of the year leading the way, I'm saying to you, Milwaukee has shown us that they can get to a high leverage moment without Brogdon. So without Brogdon, if you can get to the high leverage moment, then it ain't about Brogdon at all. It comes down to the Greek freak.
But I'll tell you why it is. Because on a team that traded for Mirotic, and we haven't really seen him healthy and integrated, right?
Right.
Brooke Lopez had an excellent season, a comeback season, really.
Right.
And he can bomb it from long range, and he can defend the rim. Bledsoe, we saw he can ball. On a team like this, it is still, when you really look at it, who was the second best player throughout the season on this team? It was Brogdon.
But I'm not disputing it.
Take away Kyrie's second best player.
All right, what's your definition, just for clarification, what is your definition of a high leverage moment?
Game on the line.
Game on the line.
Sure.
So now, do you believe that Milwaukee, even without Brogdon, can get you to the moment? Just to the moment.
Okay, yes, but in a 7-game series, maybe not. Here's the thing about Boston.
Right.
Boston heading into the season, we were all like, it's their time. Because we looked at not only their starting five, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, obviously Tatum, and Al Horford. That might be the best starting five in the league, right?
Right.
Next to Golden State.
Right.
But then we looked at the bench too. They were 8 deep for real, maybe 9.
And I'm saying to you, your argument is profound if you're saying that you're not sure Milwaukee can get to the high leverage moment, to use your words. But since you are sure, I'm saying to you, I'm sorry, the high leverage moments means that the Greek freak, he's in a position where you can hand him the ball and take him to the promised land. Is he going to do it? And I'm saying to you, Kyrie can do that.
I understand the logic. I believe the freak is that kind of guy, but he hasn't done it yet in a moment like that.
I'm asking you what you believe.
We've seen Kyrie. I believe the answer emphatically is yes.
All right, okay.
He is that type of dude. I don't see any emotional weakness in the big moments.
And all I'm saying is that I don't want to hear Brogdon because you can get to the high leverage moment without Brogdon. I'm saying
you're making it a little too black and white.